Hello and welcome to this playthrough of Factorio, where I am building a megabase on Earth. I am using a mod, Cities of Earth, focusing on the Old World Hemisphere. My goal is to reach 10,000 science per minute with a rail-based design. The resources are set to maximum size and density, and biters and pollution are turned off. The mod list is shown in the description, as well as a link to my Twitch channel, High Speed. Please come visit me there. Questions and comments are welcome. Thank you for watching. To Petrogas, I need 2 of them. So where I had this, that's 1 row, that's 8. But this one's going to need that different setup. It's going to need this. Which interrupts that and only lets it summon a train when the other one is double filled. So it will only unload a train, only request a train for unloading. Faceless. Now that obviously has to be wired in somehow, so these have to be physically related to each other. I'll figure that out. Water is 1 offshore pump. Oil is 1 full pipe. So oil is going to look something like, I don't even know if oil is going to look like this. Oil is going to look something like this. Don't ask me what that is. It's a bastardization of this. But it might not survive that. After doing coal here like this, I may do oil like this as well, where I flip this to one side or the other. Deal with that headache. That's what one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of course, it's not going to be that way because it's a 383 train, but so I'll put this here as a reminder. Okay, so in theory, that's what I need independently per rocket silo. That doesn't seem like a lot. Of course, the other thing is that if it's not keeping up here, I can just add another rocket silo. The challenge is actually
purple and yellow science. Because red science, I accidentally I built red science to 20,000 science a minute, and green science to 20,000 science a minute, and blue science to 20,000 science a minute, and military science to 20,000 science a minute, but I cut them all in half. But I did not build, it's when I got into yellow, purple and yellow that I realized that that would be insane to do 20,000 science a minute on these, because I'd need to double everything that they're doing. And purple needs rails, furnaces, and these modules. So doubling these modules would mean I'd have to increase the red and the green and the copper cable, and of course the source for it, which means more iron, more copper. So thinking ahead, of if I needed to increase yellow or purple, what I would probably end up doing, because purple takes 200 copper furnaces and 1,000 iron furnaces. Right. So purple by itself is consuming, that's 144. Yeah, I think that's right. There's 10,000 science for purple, and its iron is 1,050 because most of that goes to steel. 84% of it goes to steel. So seven of my iron outposts are for purple science. And three of them are for yellow science. So if I needed to double purple science production to keep up, I would need to add 10 of these. And I'd probably use the newer design, but there's no space in here for 10 of those. So I would probably push out over here into this region and do that. I still want to keep the network separate. I want to keep the network separate to the point where obviously I need a fuel station here. So I would do something like this. So Jay would get a new fuel station. But the other thing I'm thinking of doing, oh, I need to change this. I forgot to launch these. The other thing I'm thinking of doing is building a train depot that can build these locomotives and these wagons, and only have it do that. And if I do that, then what'll happen is I won't need any outside rail interaction with, well, the rest of the world. except the satellite and the space science. So if I can design this such that these three are serviced by all of these, and then they belt to the rocket silo, and then the rail that comes out of here is not connected to that rail, but is connected to the world. Then this rail network doesn't interact. And I think that's a big deal towards getting me to my 10K without having a big UPS issue. Of course, there's the question of how long these mines can service that. And whether I really do want two of them here so that they're always loading or loadable. Because I think I do. I think I'll keep the double so that there's never a bottleneck. Because I don't need that much. But that's irrelevant how much I need. What matters is how much is available at this level, because anything here and I'm just toast. The whole thing falls apart. So when it comes to these bare resources that I absolutely have to have, and a lot of them, and they're relatively cheap. Because in terms of oil, it's just less than a full pipe. I don't know how many this thing delivers, if it's a full pipe or not. I don't know. It says that I need 62,000 oil a minute. Like, you've been missing the funnest part? Like, I've been designing stuff. Guess what? I'm in Africa. And I'm designing things in Africa. Yeah, that darn work thing, which I was talking to some people this week. It might be stalking me. Might have to start doing that. I think this will become the main spine of Africa. And we'll just whack all of this. So, like I'm seeing as you're here now, and I have such great fondleness for you, I will review what I've designed this day. If you'd like that. Would you like that? Would you like that, Lycum? All right, so what I have over here that should be open is rocket production. Now, all the research I've done and what people have told me is that in order to fill a blue belt with space science, you need 3 rocket silos, and these 3 rocket silos need 4 production modules and at least 30 speed modules, and then you get 1 full belt of space science blue belt. And so I looked at all of this, and then I designed something that would work. And it said, for example, I would need 92 rocket control units. So this is a module setup that produces 92, that has 92 rocket control units. So there's 96. And I would belt feed those into the rocket silo. So I have a rocket silo here that has belt fed for low density structures, rocket control units, and rocket fuel. And it would output space science. And it would have a hook here for satellites. And so the satellites would get put in on this chest, and the inserter is throttled by, I'll eventually make it throttled by whether these belts have any content on them. So if there's anything on these belts, then it won't insert. Those will go to a train, and that 383 train will eventually take the science over here to the science research area, which I have no idea if this is big enough, but it's what a belt can handle. Now, I got a good ways into that with, okay, so I need that many rocket control units and that many low density structures, and I excluded satellites. And fuel, rocket fuel. I said, okay, I need this much steel, and I need this much speed 1 and this much blue circuits, and that means that much acid, that much red circuits, and that many green circuits, and then that many smoking lines. And then it also needs this much iron and this much copper. So for 3 of these, I needed this and a little more. But I got to this point, I got to oil on this list, oil. And I started realizing that, I forgot to do coal. I started realizing that I would have to do some sort of merge thing where I'm taking all of the output here, splitting it across 3 rocket silos, then take the output of those 3 rocket silos, merge them into a train, and then send that train on its way. But that is unlike everything else I've designed here. I don't take the output, split it, and then take that output and merge it. I have these independent components that build what they need to build to supply what they need to supply. So I changed my mindset, and I said, what if instead of building this for 3 factories, what would it look like if it was just 1 factory? That is, 1 rocket silo. And that's what we have over here in central North Africa, is a layout for 1 rocket silo with 1 satellite delivery and 1 space science takeaway. Right? Now, this is green circuits, but that's because I haven't pasted in the correct stuff, but it's not that big of a deal. So what I would do is I would have rocket silos, low density, or rocket control units, low density structures, rocket fuel, have those belted in just like I'm doing here, so have these physically arranged so that they're close to the rocket silo. Right? so that they would be, you know, up in this airspace. So that this is what they each one needs to complete. Now, I'm told that to get 10,000 science per minute, I need 11 rocket silos, and to get 11,000 science per minute, I need 12 rocket silos. And again, that's based on what a how much does it take to fill a blue belt with science. But at this point, I don't care, because I'm going to take the output of the silo, put it on a train, ship that train halfway around the world. So what we have here is the footprint, not the physical layout, but the footprint of a single rocket silo. All of this. 18,000 belt, 16,000 rail, not counting connections. 4,000 bacons. So for each rocket silo, I would need this. And a wooden chest, apparently. The speed modules I need are double the number of those, so I need 8,000 speed modules, plus the speed modules for the miners. So as I look around the world, I would need 2 oil, just because I don't trust it. Maybe 1 oil, at least 1 oil. So let's just say an oil. Well, we're going to keep 2 because this is 2 and this is 2. Double what I need. So I'm doubling the resources I need here, except for coal, because fuck coal. And when I look at this, I'm like, okay, given the resource availability here in Africa and in Western Russia and in Eastern Russia and in China, I'm pretty sure I can get 12 rocket silos into that space if this is what I'm looking at for a footprint. I could probably get them in Africa if my game doesn't crash. Because there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. That's probably all I could get there, because I'm going to have connectivity. But I can get 1 here, and I can get, 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Camille. Well, it's a matter of laying out the rails and then attaching the resources along that rail network, and if possible, not connecting the satellite and the space science rails. Now, the satellite, I may make the satellite, because I turned off the satellite here. This is producing 0.1, and this is producing 3. So I need 3 a minute for this. I need 1 a minute for that. So let's duplicate this again. But we're going to change this to satellite. Clicky, clicky. But we're going to change it to 1 per minute. So if I were to build an outpost that was to make satellites, this is what I would need. These are all very tiny. And this might just be a single stop complex. It might not be a rail independent complex, because I don't see any value in making these independent things. It would be kind of belt heavy, might even do it as bots, but what are we looking at here? 4 batteries, 12 steel, so 2 rows of steel. I mean, I would want to keep the same setup, but just have it being fed differently. So this is going to be a design pattern all of its own. But what's it going to need unloaded? It's going to need unloaded. If I do it regionally and I'm looking at 3 or 4 regions, then I'm looking at making 3 or 4 of these. So I look at these larger numbers and I go, okay, that's 16 furnaces. That's 4, that's 12 or 11 furnaces. There's 20 furnaces there. And there's 1 refinery. All right, so obviously I don't want a satellite being made in Africa and delivered to Eastern Russia. So I'm going to have them regional. The question is how many and how many regions can I do? And I don't much mind if I overbuild satellite production, because satellite production sucks monster donkey balls. So what if I increase this to 2? Does anybody go out of scale? Right? A copper is 144. Copper and iron are 144 at their max. So these two are kind of fine. What I'm looking for is something that goes, yeah, that's really expensive now. You should not go past that point. So here's 21. Now, mind you, I'm going to be keeping the same concept, but I'm not going to have trains loading and unloading. I'm probably going to do something resembling this with trains unloading, a 383 train unloading, single-sided, going to some sort of balancer, and then spreading out. So the satellite design is going to be, let's just say, unique. Uh, So let's just temporarily plop down a satellite design somewhere in here. Well, it's going to need to be at least 3 per minute because I want to satisfy these 3. Assuming I might just do 4 in a region because then I only need 3 regions. So let's try this at 4. Because I'm going to keep this design structure. $230. Here's a kitty cat. Hi, girl. Just waking up, eh? Just sort of standing there going, what? All right. So 2, 5, 16. We're up to 16 batteries at 4, so that's 2 rows. 42 there, that's not really a big deal. 76 there, we could probably double it again. So let's just say I take it at 4. Oh, you're not going to be beaconed. Forgot about that. Yeah. Bare ores, not beacon. Just spedded. So, yeah. All right. So let's just do it at 4 and see what we can design for 4. Can this fit here? Looks like it can. Not that I need it, but so first of all, I don't have a battery factory, but or do I? Yeah, I do. I have to because I have load and I have yeah, there it is. Okay, so I need 16 batteries. So that's this. So there's some batteries. And then steel. Let's start at the top here so I don't lose track. 0.1. So I need one of you that is making a satellite, and because you're an end component, you probably cannot have this. So that's what a satellite will look like. Although satellite takes 6, that's a bit of a challenge to feed, but... And then satellite is going to need the opposite of this, which I have one right here. Yeah, but I don't. So we'll pretend that this is a satellite loader, even though it's currently an unloader. Low density structures, I need 12. That's 16, so that's plenty. Solar, I need 6. So solar's the one I know I don't have. And it also only takes speed. Six, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because that's what I do. And then this. Keep it straight. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I don't know how much I can belt on this and whether that's a smart move or not. Because they obviously aren't going to fill a belt on any of these blue belts. And I could probably do it without blue belts. Batteries I got. Steel I got to get. I need 44 or 42 steel. Yeah, that's 24 steel, so 48. That's 48 steel. Batteries I got. Radar is again 1. And I probably don't even need to beacon this. Gears 1. But gears is an intermediate, so I will do that. Blue, I need 6, red 6, and green. Oh, that sucks. 9. All right. So blue, I need 1 row. Red, I need 1 row. Green, I need 2 rows. Which is convenient because that's all I can have. Plastique, I need 2 total. That's debatable as to how much I want to go on this. I'm going to go 4. Because I'm not really sure what to do here. It's about 40% plastic, or 40% red circuits and 60%. All right, anyways, coal, yeah, that's a train. Copper cable, 10.7, that's 2 rows of copper cable. Or, as we call it, hey, wait a minute, where is the copper cable? Is that down here? The smoking cables. Or the smoking copper. Copper smoking? Anyways, he likes to smoke cables. Or so I'm told. Um, 64 of these is largely irrelevant. They just need a patch. I don't care. Sulfuric acid is 1.3. Baddest. Well, look what I did, Baddest. Look what I did for you. Something your actual world doesn't have. Electricity. All right, let's put down another one of these, even though I misclicked. All right, I can do that. Let me bring up this and map Carta. Cape Town. Western Cape, South Africa. Ooh. Ooh. And Baddest, looks like Baddest is gonna get himself a house right here. All right, that's the closest I could fit it, Baddest. I am going to run power directly to your house, even though it does not need it. But I want to make sure that your house has electricity. Hi, kitty cat. Yeah, you'll be privileged. All right, so I need to go here, and I need to get on this train. And I'm going to need to go here. Let me get some rails. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not even going to do this. I'm going to ride that spider. Ugh. I have to take that train, though. I should not have requested these. I don't need them. But I have to have this train because it has this... No, not this train. Where is that train? Where is the train that builds my houses? Oh, it's right here. Okay. Get out of the way. This is going to be a bit of a train ride, and that's okay because I got to take a quick break. So we're going to ride this train to Egypt. Tabuk, specifically. And then we'll take the robot that gets there and have that drive me. I will ride that robot all the way down. And build your house. BRB. Hi, bum. I'll be right back. I'm going to be taking a long spider ride to build a house, so... I don't know which one of these I like better. The fact that I'm riding along in a spider, or that there's a bot chasing me that can't keep up. Because that's absolutely delicious. This bot, oh, and it's more than one because I walked through this with my bots on. And so basically, all of my bots. Oh, this could be absolutely terrible. Yeah, they all are. I have 4 bots on me. All right, that's going to be interesting. So, a programming note, I'm going to be trying something different. Um, Probably starting tomorrow. I have a Spotify account and I have a playlist from a guy from several people that I've gotten. And I am going to be playing some of that music. So the music that I play is going to be commercial music that is decent at least. But it's going to have lyrics and all that other stuff. So it's not going to be background music in the future for a little while at least until I decide if I like it or don't. I'm not sure how I'm going to work it, but I'm thinking it's going to be play the music, do the building. When I have something to say, either talk over the music or pause the music or lower its volume. But if you have a Spotify playlist that is good music that you would like me to select from, post it in my Discord. And as I can, I will integrate that into my streaming playlist. And if it works, I'll keep doing it that way. Because part of the challenge here is that I don't talk much because I think I do. And, you know, so I want to try something different. And this air quotes different is going to be me talking in between actual songs. And we'll see how it goes. Well, baddest, maybe, but not likely. because I have Discord, not Discord. I have OBS and Twitch set up so that I only output to Twitch the non-music tracks. So when you set up OBS, you can tell it these are the you can set up to 6 tracks, and you can tell it, okay, music is going to go on track 2. Don't send track 2 to the VOD. And it seems like Twitch is only checking VODs, because I've watched several other streamers who are playing copyright music, and apparently some of the music I use for background is copyright too. Because I've been posting my VOD clips on YouTube, and YouTube is very strict on what I can post there in terms of posting the video. I just learned yesterday that I can multi-stream. I can simulcast. So I've got the plugin for OBS, and I'm probably going to try simulcasting to YouTube as well to see what sort of behavior that creates. Because YouTube has been great for getting me some additional viewers here on Twitch. But if I can simulcast to Twitch or to YouTube, I'll see if I can do that. Because I couldn't simulcast up until a couple months ago because of Twitch rules terms of service. But if I get a message from Twitch saying, hey, your live stream is violating copyright, I can change it pretty easily. But in the past, when I've had like redeems that go long, and they're in the VOD, then Twitch gives me a hard time. But if I don't put them in the VOD, Twitch doesn't seem to care. Yes, serious bot abuse.